presenting this for the folks at cavarts.org, and we'd like to welcome them and thank all of you for coming to watch us play some music and talk about jazz, the two things we love to do the best. So before we start going, I'd like to introduce my partners here on the stage. To my right, I have Jeff Antoniuk. He's a brilliant musician, composer, performer, and educator, and you're really going to enjoy watching and listening to what Jeff has to play and to say today. And on my left is, and your right is brilliant drummer Frank Russo. I've known him for 25, almost 30 years now, and he's just a wonderful musician, a brilliant master of drums, and you're going to truly enjoy his playing and what he has to say about jazz as well. So I think we might have some questions coming in. You should check out the screen. Our folks here at Blue House are going to provide you links to send questions if you have some. If you just want to listen and hang out with us, that's great too, because we're going to play some more music if there are any questions. And we might also just start randomly talking about some jazz subjects, just so the folks at CAVARTS can hear what we're talking about and check out what we're playing. So let's play some more, all right? Oh, and Jeff Gruber is our director here at Blue House Productions, and he'll be shouting out some of the questions to us as they arise, okay? So don't be shy, just send them on out there. And I think we'll play, you want to play your tune, Jeff?
Sure.
Springfield?
Sure.
We're going to play an original composition by Jeff Antoniuk, and it's called Springfield.
Let's jump in.
Yes, that was Jeff's original composition called Springfield. Jeff, what was the inspiration for that song?
Two things. It started with a groove, and I wanted to write a hit song. I'd never written a hit song, and I thought that might be cool. I could use the money. And so I wrote a song that ended up being pretty good, I thought. But then I thought, how am I going to put this over the top to become a hit song? So I thought the title. And I thought about Springfield. A lot of states have a Springfield in it. So if like 10 people from every Springfield bought the album.
I didn't think about that.
See, that's how I did it. So that's it. But it did start with that groove, right? That kind of cool Americana, kind of groove, which
I was
is
hearing that. Yeah.
right. So to me, that's where it started. I knew that's what I wanted. I used a blues form, and then just tried to come up with something that kind of reminded me of like Yakety Sax or Boots Randolph, or like that was kind of the inspiration. So getting some country in there, basically.
Yeah, that's the sound. I think when we first started rehearsing this, Jeff brought the tune to the first rehearsal, and immediately it reminded me of like Charlie Hayden and Pat Metheny, like
right.
some of those Americana type of songs that they worked on together.
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful composition. Thanks for sharing
Cool.
with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you think? I hear Rhapsody.
I've got a question.
Oh, let's hear it. Thank you, Jeff.
Tina Beller would like to know, how did you guys all meet, and how did you determine if you were a good fit for one another?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. I've known Frank. I think I met Frank back in '96, maybe. Ish, give or take, in Maryland. And I met Jeff around the same time, about 96, 97, somewhere around that. We started working together. I worked with Jeff as a civilian musician on the side, outside of my military service. And I've worked with Frank as a civilian musician as well as a military musician. The Army borrowed Frank when he was retired. We needed him for a tour one time, so we had him join us in the Army Jazz Ambassadors, which was the band I used to serve in a few years ago. So, so how we got together, well, I found out that the folks at CAVARTS, Maggie Tolan, asked me to put together a workshop, and Jeff is one of the best jazz educators I've ever met, and I think he's brilliant, and he does a great job with his jazzwire.net organization, bringing adult musicians together to play and learn and get better and enjoy the sense of community. So if you don't know Jeff, you got to check him out. And once you check him out, you'll know the reason why I asked him. It's clear cut. He's the best. And Frank, Frank and I've played together in a big band. We've played together in small groups. I think we've taken lessons together, like a double lesson. We took double lessons together. We're kind of joined at the hip in a musical manner. We have a lot of the same musical experiences. So we have a simpatico, as they say. We're very sympathetic to each other's playing, which is, I think, key to what we're doing here today. What we're having today is a musical conversation between Jeff, and Frank, who really wants to be called Jeff, but he'll be called Frank today. So yeah, what we're doing is we're just using our musical skills and life experiences in music to engage in a musical conversation. That's what's happening on stage right now. And we kind of use original music or traditional American standards to engage in those conversations. So we're going to do another standard. It's called I Hear Rhapsody. It's in public domain.
Can I answer part of that question?
Oh, yeah. So Frank's going to answer Tina's question. And thank you, Tina, for asking that question.
Yeah, part of that question was, how do you know that you're a good fit? And I think sometimes that happens instantly, and I think sometimes that develops. And with these two, it's been a developed thing, so it's over a long period of time. But also sometimes that you can know that instantly. But I think to look at people that have same influences as you do, and it should be fun to play together.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I when I think of Jeff, whether we're playing music or whatever we're doing, going to Taco Bell or whatever it is. That's right, White Castles.
White Castle.
We're both New Yorkers, and we just have fun together. And so I think that you know, you bring that to who you're playing with, and it you know, sometimes that doesn't happen instantly with people. It's but you know, and sometimes it does. But and so I would say, you know, play with as many people as you can. It doesn't have to be the super group or exactly the instrumentation that you want it to be. Just find some people that you enjoy with socially and that want to play music and have fun together.
There are more questions which we can probably answer after the next song.
All right, let's play some more, and then we'll get the greatest hits of the questions, and we'll try and get the ones that cover the most musical areas. Thank you, Jeff. All right, we're gonna do Rhapsody. Anything you're inspired to So I hear Rhapsody, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Jeff, any more questions?
Yes.
All right, why don't you fire away?
All right. First one is a little different. We have one from Pauletta Hendrickson. She's a church director trying to find a way to fit jazz into services. She says her improv skills are weak, but she thinks adding jazz flair to the hymns might be a good start. What do you guys think?
Yes, we always think it's a great idea to have more jazz players play music for all type of situations, and church is no different. Many churches in the tri-state area in New York City do a jazz vespers. There's some evening masses in Manhattan you can go to and hear brilliant jazz musicians play. I think John Patitucci even does a jazz vespers service up in White Plains area. So yes, big yes for that. How to do it? I could give you some suggestions, but I suggest you message us and we can direct you towards some resources if you're looking for different types of music. So yes, thank you so much for that question. How about another one, Jeff?
Questions from Tina would be, how did each person get into the instrument that they're playing? How did you fall into your particular instrument?
Who wants to go first on this one?
Oh, I got this.
That's Jeff Antoniuk.
So I started on classical piano, did that for years, and then when it came time to join band, I thought this is my opportunity to play something cool, not this classical piano stuff. So I, went to the band room and decided it's going to be drums for sure. Came home, announced this to my parents, and they said, actually not. No, not drums. So they kind of steered me towards the saxophone because at that time, I'm from Canada. The best high school jazz band in the country was in the city, Edmonton, that I was from. My older cousin went to school, and her boyfriend was the star saxophone player. So we'd go to these concerts. So my parents artfully manipulated me into playing the saxophone, as opposed to being an attorney, which they actually really wanted. But we stuck with saxophone. So yeah, so that was it. It was just sort of being excited about something. Sometimes it's when you're a kid, it's the shape of the instrument. It's crawling under a piano and hearing that sound. It's all kinds of crazy things, right? How about you guys?
Well,
Frank, why don't you go on that?
I had a house full of musicians in my family, and so I determined I was the youngest, and I did not want that to be my thing because everybody else did that. So I got into sports, but again, they made me take piano lessons, and I didn't want anything to do with it. It was just time away from doing sports because everybody else was doing music. And then I finally gave in. I think I was maybe 14 years old when my Uncle Steve, who graduated from Berklee School of Music, a great musician, they needed a drum set maybe left at the house and wanted to know if I would take any interest in drums. And I immediately said no, because I had no interest in music. And then the little light bulb came on. I thought, well, if that stops the piano lessons, I'll take the drums. So
You were lucky, man. I wanted the drums.
I really didn't want the drums.
Oh, man.
But I took it because it stopped the piano lessons. And then I want to add this. I did get into in New York in the 70s. There was a lot of live music. But I want to say the real first time I saw live jazz was at the Village Vanguard, and it was around 1975. And it was Joe Farrell, rest his soul, and a great saxophone player after Moon Germs came out, one of his records. And in the band was Eddie Gomez and Steve Gadd, and I forgot if there was anybody else in the band. Sorry about that. But just seeing that in that intimate sitting, in that intimate space, that holy space, really, the Village Vanguard was life-changing. And so, yeah, seeing jazz live, seeing any music live is different than watching it on a computer or something. But really seeing jazz live, sometimes what doesn't translate on records is the emotion and the interplay and the nuances. And when I saw that, I was just so driven and attracted to it. And, yeah, that was really a turning point.
When I got into music, I was 15 when I started playing bass. And my family had musicians in it. My cousins played in salsa bands. They used to. His name was David Nieves, and he would play with Mongo Santa Maria and Celia Cruz. But I was much younger than him. He was born in the 20s, and I was born much later, let's say. And but there was always music in my family. My father wasn't a musician, but loved classical music. And my brother played rock and roll bass, and his bass was the one that I first started playing on. He used to have a Rickenbacker. Nice. Remember the old Rickenbackers like Chris Squire used to play? Well, he had one of them, and whenever he was out working to pay for his bass, I guess, I would sneak his bass out and play it. And it was like months and months before he found out, because I did tell him, because I want him to teach me some stuff on bass. I said, John, teach me some stuff. He goes, what are you going to play on? What instrument are you going to use? Well, I was playing yours when you're not around, but I'll get my own, I promise. So that's how I started, and did high school band like a lot of my friends in the neighborhood rather. So yeah, I played in stage band in high school once. Like, you know how the joke goes: you get a bass, and then like the next day you get a gig. It was kind of like that for me with stage band. I joined right away after starting, like just a few months of playing bass. But the teacher was great, and he was so kind to me and let me, join the stage band. And that's kind of where I started playing jazz, if you will. Just playing in high school band, in the stage band, and even in the concert band. We would play bossa novas in the concert band. So, and from there, it was a one-way destiny for me to be a musician. I look back on it now, and there was no other way. I thought I was going to be something else, but it was just music all the way since 15. So that's how I started. Yeah. So, any more questions, Jeff, that are up there?
Some people would like to know if they want to get in contact with you guys.
Yeah, there's two ways I think we can do this. I think people can leave comments, or you can visit Jeff at his website at jazzwire.net, or you can visit my website at jerseyshore.jazzworkshop.com. And any questions towards Frank, we could direct to him.
Facebook.
Yeah, Frank's on Facebook, Frank Russo Drums. So you'll find him.
And to keep it simple, if you write me at jeff@jazzwire.net, email address, and I could pass the message on to any of these guys.
Perfect. There we go. So there's many ways to find us. You just have to remember our names, really. That's about it. So the next piece, you want to play... Our drummer. All those piano lessons clearly paid off. He didn't want to take piano lessons, but look what he learned how to do by taking piano lessons. He knows how to write music, so piano's not all that bad. So it's one of Frank's songs. It's called Oh Yeah, Oh No, and I think I'll let Frank explain the significance of the title.
It's a Minnesota saying for sure, and my wife's from Minnesota, so I hear this saying a lot. They just don't say yes or no. It's a lot of times it's oh yeah or no. It's both.
So yes or no?
That's
Just like Wayne
yes,
Shorter?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, no. Piano by Frank Russo. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. All right. So let's, what do you think we do Lady Be Good now?
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, we have any more questions on deck?
No, but David commented, another great lesson how to play jazz.
Oh, that's
Without a piano in the band, he hears a Sonny Rollins vibe.
that's very astute. That's the vibe. So we're gonna play some more music. We got "Lady Be Good" up next, and made famous by Lester Young and so many other people. So "Lady Be Good." F or G?
Yeah.
F, okay. On behalf of Jeff Antoniuk, Frank Russo, and myself, Jeff Lopez, and the Jersey Shore Jazz Workshop, jazzwire.net, and cavarts.org, we'd like to welcome everyone who watched and everyone who participated in the question and answer. So once again, visit us at all the places we said before, and we'd love to connect with you. And thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Bye.